Hello, citizens of YouTube. This is the Geeky Nerd here, and today I am making this video, but I really don't want to have to make it. I'm making it to inform you guys, to fill you in on some things that are happening, and that could very well affect you, your life, and your livelihood. And, of course, from the title here, it is regarding the ATF's letter about reclassifying pistol braces. There's a reason why I have my Joker statue out here. You can make your own conclusions about that. But this is no laughing matter. And I just want to inform you guys because, of course, the media won't cover this, and should this go into effect, if you guys and the whole 2A community doesn't step up and voice their opinion and have this, blocked, then you could essentially be a felon overnight and you wouldn't even know. So I'm going to talk about this letter here and just give you guys a little bit of a background with it. Before we get into the weeds here, I'm not a lawyer by any stretch of the means. Lawyers scare me, honestly, unless they're, yours. But not offering any kind of legal advice, just having a general discussion here. And speaking of which, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know what you're feeling and just, how you're gauging the market here. And if you agree with me, disagree with me, whatever. But I'm really open to that discussion here with the whole community. Bring everyone together. It's my philosophy here. Also, on the table here, I have a stock. I have a piece of Velcro because that's basically almost what a brace is. I don't own any type of braces, but I know quite a few people who do. So I believe this is going to affect them and a bunch of other people in the 2A community. And being that we all share kind of a same collective feeling mind a bit, then, I just want to make sure that you guys are informed. So let's get into it. As of the uploading of this video, the ATF has released a letter. Now, this letter does not have any legal bearing. It is more of a preliminary warning about their intentions of what they're going to do regarding pistol braces. Now, for those of you that don't know, a pistol brace, the real quick part of it, a pistol brace is a stock, but it is a flexible stock with a piece of Velcro around it that allows you to manipulate and shoot the gun one-handed. And it basically makes it so you don't have to register the gun as an SBR because it is technically a pistol and to be used as a pistol. Now, if people use it other ways, that's their own prerogative. But it is designed to be used one-handed, similar to a pistol, and straps around your forearm. So that's basically what a pistol brace is. Now, with the letter that they released, again, doesn't have law, but if they get their way, it will be law and it will affect you. It is stating that they're going to get rid of the current ruling that they have of that, hey, you can use pistol braces. They're instead going to change it and say classify as a pistol brace as a stock. Now, what does that mean for you? Well, being it's a stock, it would then be classified as a short-barreled rifle, which would then mean you'd have to register it with the ATF in order to keep it. Otherwise, you're looking at a good 10-year stint in the old Fed pen, which you don't want. No one wants that. Now, they do give you a few options here in this letter that they're stating. Personally, I would not do any one of these until it is actually a law. That's just my personal opinion. Because, here, I'll get into it in a second. The first option they're giving you is if you don't want to convert it, you don't want to pay if you don't want to get a tax stamp, because I'll get in that in a second. If you don't want to get the tax stamp, go through the whole procedure and have it registered, they will buy it back for what amount? Who knows? Or if they're just for free, which is just insane. They're making you give over your property that you legally had and give it in for free for pretty much pennies on the dollar, which is just that's theft in my book. But regardless, that's one option. Second option they have is you can destroy the pistol brace and basically just have your gun without any type of bracing surface at all. Just have the buffer tube and have it act as a pistol. It's another option you could have. Of course, you lose a lot of functionality with that. Third option that they're giving you is you can destroy the gun in its entirety. So if it has it in there, you don't want to register, don't have configuration, you can destroy the gun wholly, and that'll be that. course, don't recommend that either because guns are expensive, as we all know. The fourth option you have is to turn it in. So similar to a buyback, if they didn't have a buyback, you would just basically turn it into your local police station to say, hey, I don't want this anymore. Here you go. I washed my hands of it. They'll take a record of it, and that's that. Again, that I personally wouldn't do that. Again, I wouldn't do any of these until it is law. But just giving you guys the facts here so that you guys are informed because, of course, the media, like I said, will not cover this. So you could be a felon overnight. The fifth option, and guys, these are just the main sticking points. You can go on the ATF site and actually see the letter that they're going to publish. It does have a time frame to where it is this preliminary period, so you can make your comments, inform your congressman, whoever, which I strongly urge that you do. Call the White House, be polite, but make sure your voice is heard in some capacity. The final option they have is registration. Registration, I would strongly recommend against, of course, unless it is law. So this letter in preliminary, how I read that registration part, and they seem like they're strongly emphasizing that, is they're trying to get a gauge on how many of these are out there. And as we all know, the first trick in the hat to gun confiscation is registration, because you can't confiscate what you don't know isn't out there. While you can find out, you have to get warrants to different shops and pull paperwork and all that fun stuff. But if you register it, then they know they have it, they can pull it, and then they know you have this. And if they ever want to say, well, guess what? Now we're going to reclassify and say all of those are illegal. All SBRs are purely illegal. We're just going to get rid of them. We know you have it. You must turn it into us. Otherwise, you're a felon, or the joke is they're going to get your dog. But I strongly would recommend against registration, just for the fact, if I had to register it, I would rather destroy it than have it, be taken away from me. That's just my personal philosophy of use. But of course, not a lawyer again here. So just giving you guys the facts. Now, where did this all come from? Why is this happening? As we know, a couple months ago, the ATF went after Q for their honey badger and its classification of their guns as short barrel rifles as opposed to pistols, because they were saying they were using SB Tactical 3 or the SB Tactical braces, which if you're watching this video, you might have one, that they were going to say, hey, no, those are SBRs. You guys weren't following regulation, but they did. And they were doing some shady dealings to get it to change the classification, including adjusting some of the measurements or how they were measuring, which isn't how measurements work. Measurements are consistent. But regardless, they were doing that, and they were trying to go after those pistol braces, and that was kind of the first little chink in the armor. Now they're trying to go after them in an entire act of them. And this could potentially affect millions upon millions of Americans, because pistol braces, per the ATF's classification, have been legal and have been able to be used for around the past 8 years. And there's a lot of them out there, guys. Just similar to bump stocks, but bump stocks didn't really catch on as big. Pistol braces are a huge thing. And you could have a lot of people in serious trouble if they did not know, if they just had it and they don't really watch TV like that, because of course the media isn't going to cover it, and they don't watch YouTube and don't read a lot of articles while they're uninformed, and that's their plight. It's going to be their problem real quickly, and I don't think that's fair to them, do you? But that's the reason why I'm making this video, so hopefully someone out there who doesn't know can be in the know. So with that whole Q honey badger thing, that occurred. Now, the real big push of why this has recently occurred is, for those of you that don't know as well, the ATF recently raided Polymer 80's headquarters and seized all of their records of the sales that they had. Now, Polymer 80, the 80%, you can make your own gun at home legally, perfectly fine. You just got to create it, register it, serialize it, all that fun stuff. As long as it's for your own use, that's fine. But as of recent, President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris had a discretionary meeting with the ATF and made it their directive to say to the ATF, hey, go after Polymer 80s, or 80%, I should say, and these braces. And sure enough, here we are in this state to where they are going after pistol braces and Polymer 80s. And if that's any kind of indication of what the next 4 years are going to be, then yeah, I have some serious serious concerns for what could be in the making, and that's just a fact of it. Now, we all know that this was a possibility, but the fact of how quickly this is all happening, and how people seem like they're not really, they're not really caring about it. I've seen a few comments where people have gone, oh, well, just give the people, just give them one thing and they'll be quiet about it. Well, they had bump stocks, 4 or 5 years ago. Actually, no, it wasn't even 4 or 5 years. It was like 3 or 4-esque. And now they're coming after pistol braces, and it's just chops down the wood. And a right given up or a right lost is never reclaimed unless you have to fight double as hard for it. It's easier to give up something than it is to get it back. Just how it is with politics, as you guys all know. Now, what can we do for this? How can we stop this? Well, first thing, of course, is call your representative, call your local legislation, call your representing party, and let them know, hey, this isn't right. I'm not going to stand for this. You can also, in response to the ATF's letter, there's one on the main page of Google to where they essentially have petitions, and you can say, hey, me, so-and-so, I make my stand. This is the hill I'm going to die on. I'm not going to have this go any farther. That's your choice, but it's definitely an option you have to do, because if you don't say anything, no one's going to know how you feel. And while you think your individual voice may not count, it most certainly does, because there's plenty of other people who think that way. And if you all think that way, then no one's going to do anything, and we all lose here. Also, adding in here, as we know, President Trump is our current president still until Biden is sworn in. And with that, also, guys, I'm not sure if I said it before, but I'll say it now. Doesn't matter who you elected for. I don't care who you elected for or why you elected for them. This is just the facts of the matter. So your own opinion, perfectly fine. Just stating the facts that could affect you, especially if you're watching this video. Is you can call the White House. You can call the White House switchboard. You can call basically the attendants there and let them know, hey, President Trump, I know you're leaving office, but make sure that this is known. And if enough people call, that might get enough recognition to force some acts, because while he is still the commander-in-chief in office, he can still make decisions. He can still affect things. And if he's able to call off the beratement that the ATF is going after now, because I've never seen him go this hot and heavy with anything as of recent, and just how kind of like loose cannon, wild dog they are out there. I almost said pit bull. Pit bulls are lovable. Wild dogs out there. It's just insane. So call the White House, call your representative, be polite, be cordial, but be precise in what you are stating, and make sure that they know unequivocally what you mean, that this is wrong, that it just can't left to be standing. So, guys, sorry for making the bit of a long video. As you can tell, I'm kind of passionate about it, because it's just it is really mind-boggling to see this, and to see how you can have the ATF, which as we know is able to infringe or legislate or dictate your Second Amendment rights. But we can't elect them in office. We can't elect them out of office. But they can bear, such great weight and penalties that will affect your life forever, at the snap of their fingers, and not give clear, definitive laws surrounding, and just give vague interpretations of it. No, it doesn't work like that. That's not how laws just work. So, again, sorry, guys, for the bit of a ramble here, but I want to make sure that you guys know about this, and that this is kind of the call to action for it. And if you don't make the stand now, it's going to be a matter of time before it just starts trickling down. It's already trickled down far enough. This is a valid area where I think it is, a good point to make a stand, make your line in the sand, and say, no, this is the point where me and my fellow brothers and sisters and everyone out there in the 2A community, that we all, like I said, share that kind of common collective feelings about things, that not going to have them turn into felons. I'm not going to have everyone else I know turn into felons. I'm not going to have myself turn into a felon because I don't agree with these things. And I follow the ATF's regulation, but they decided they want to flip a hat one day, 8 years later, and now I'm suddenly forced to do these things. It's like, it's insane. And then they offer to say, hey, well, no, we will waive the registration, the $200 tax stamp. But then you got to think of the possible implications of that. You can, and it might not do anything, but the likelihood of it is more severe than not. So, guys, again, sorry for the rambling video, but I hope you enjoyed kind of just rambling with me. If you stuck around for this long, I appreciate you. Please like, comment, subscribe to this. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the video here. And if you guys have any kind of question, concerns, or anything like that regarding with it, again, I'm no expert, but I can offer my humble opinion. I do a lot of reading, kind of very in depth with all this. Put a comment down below. I will respond as quick as I can because this is definitely on the front of my radar currently. So, thanks, guys. Hope everyone is having a wonderful, awesome, fantastic day. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya. Hey guys, just wanted to add this little bit here at the end of the video. Of course, not a lawyer, not offering any type of legal advice in the slightest, but again, just my opinion here, just for the discussion. But I just wanted to say, make sure you guys follow all the legal rules, regulations, and abide by them. Do not become a criminal. Do not become a felon. I do. You guys should as well. It's a good life to live, not being criminal. So follow all the rules, laws, regulations. But just make sure that you don't go quietly into the night, and make sure that people know that your voice is heard. So just want to add that little bit in there. See you guys.